Hi, I'm Bonnie Annis,
And I'm Will Roderick.
and we are partners in L'Amour, the business that comes to you every second week to talk a little bit about microbiome skincare. Today we're going to turn the tables a little bit. Stephanie is not here. Stephanie, our skincare educator, is not here this week. And so we're going to turn the tables, and Will's going to, he's going to
I'm
ask
going to
me.
be on camera talent for a change. That's
Right.
something totally new for me.
He's usually behind the scenes. So Will is going to ask a few questions about.
Why S chose us? I don't
He
know.
looked for a second there that he wasn't ready for
I'm
that.
supposed to be asking the questions, not you.
I know. I asked you a question. What are you asking me?
I'm like, I didn't rehearse that question.
Okay, so what question are you asking me today?
Why did S choose us? How did they find us? You know, that kind of stuff.
How did this all get started with us? So, what's interesting is that they became aware of us in August of 2021. So, that's like more than
That's
2 years
2 years
ago
ago.
now.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I think that we were just actually heading out on a canoe trip when we got an email from Michelle Vandewalt,
I
who,
think we got the first email before we left. We replied to her. Then she emailed us back and she got an out of office message to work on canoeing.
that's a good memory. Good for you. He remembers all the things. So we were on a canoe trip, and so when we came back and had a conversation with Michelle, it was a natural thing to talk about our canoe trip, and it was really great because we kind of bonded over that conversation. She lives in a different continent.
You say Michelle. Who's Michelle?
Michelle Vandewalt is our business development manager with Esse in South Africa. And so she was fascinated by the Canadian experience. For us, it's just how we live, eh? But we had gone on this canoe trip, and she asked us some great questions. And the thing I loved about the conversation right away was that she was really interested in getting to know us. We've been in business
17 plus years now.
17 years now, and we're used to getting pitches. And that's not what she did. She wanted to get to know us, and she wanted to know who we were. But before that, um, she had found us
How'd she find us?
online.
Because she didn't just walk into.
No, she didn't. She didn't just send us a random email. And she knew things about us. And what we didn't realize, because, we work on our business, we work in our business, and we don't realize how we present online. But what she told us that she saw was a shared philosophy in healthy ingredients, in environmental stewardship, in evidence based knowledge, evidence based decision making. And that's exactly, I think, who we are. And so having someone see you was very, very meaningful. They also knew about our belief in working with our clients, developing strong relationships in education, in
So helping them succeed
mm-hmm,
and teach things that are not just product related
right.
to help succeed. Uh, do you think that may have influenced her?
I hope so, because it's something that's really meaningful to us when we do. I mean, education has always been at the core of what we do, and I think that it's important to us that we go beyond products. I know we make our living selling products. That's how we pay our mortgage. It's how we pay our salaries. We have to sell stuff, and yet the driving thing for us is to help our clients be successful with things that go beyond product education. Financial literacy is so vital in the spa industry. Um, there's a cat in the next room making lots of noise, so
Yeah, I wonder what the cat is
is
into. I'm kind of worried.
Hashtag life at L'Amour. We believe in financial literacy. We believe in helping our clients understand marketing, because if they can't explain what they do or show what they do.
Well, you can be the best therapist in the world, but if you're in the middle of the bush and nobody knows you're there, how are you going to help people?
So We have to help our clients get out on the sidewalks, get those virtual sandwich boards out on the sidewalk so their clients can find them and so they can be successful.
Well, kind of the way that S found us.
That's true. That's very
It's
true.
exactly what we teach our clients is exactly the same way that we have manufacturers find us.
So we do it on our website, and we also do it in a way that's very, very meaningful to us since March 2020. We have been hosting Esties and Their Besties meetings online, and we have a wonderful community of business owners, estheticians, and oftentimes students who are just about to enter the industry. And I think that's really important because it gives students a way to connect with their future career and help them be really successful.
So, you talked about it being 2 years now. But how long did the process take before we actually got products in here? Or what kind of things did S do with us before they got to the point where we are today?
Well, the thing I love about Michelle, please reach out. We miss you.
Come to Canada.
Come to, or just maybe let's hop on a call. What we really appreciate about Michelle is that it never felt like pressure. It always felt like we were building something very strong. So from that initial contact in August of 2021, we moved on to having a wonderful meeting with Trevor Stein, who I'm a big fan. Trevor is someone I admire greatly for his degree in chemistry. He's incredibly knowledgeable. He is a dad. Family businesses. If anyone knows us in person, you know that family business is what we connect with. Trevor and his son Kim are big in the business together, and I understand that Trevor's daughter is also working with him. He has 7 children, which is a lot, but parenting is also very important to me, so I can connect with that. Trevor is also very connected with research, which I love as well, and he's really knowledgeable about more than just the skin microbiome. For those that know me, I used to work as a midwife, and the microbiome of how important it is for a baby to have a healthy microbiome when they're born is so vital. And Trevor understands that a lot. Also, Trevor drops a couple swear words in conversation, which is also really important to me because I happen to feel that more honest people drop a couple swear words.
One of the things that really surprised me meeting someone with his chops, his credentials, being a worldwide renowned speaker on the microbiome, and our first Teams meeting with him, we don't do Teams often, but it was a Teams meeting, he was barefoot, walking around his home office. Yeah. So that was kind of interesting. And he didn't try to impress us with big, long, complicated words because they just get lost sometimes.
And I think that...
So he was able to explain to us in layman's terms what was going on with the microbiome.
Talk to us like we're 5. Yeah, I think we've had lots of experiences in our 17 years in business where people trying to sell to us are really obvious that they're trying to sell to us. And I'm sure our clients have had that experience too. And I would like to think that we present a little differently than that. We would like to focus on education.
It's more than a razzle-dazzle with words. It's like they need to understand what the words mean.
And we want to develop relationships. And that's what Trevor said to us at the beginning too. He said it takes 5 years to build a market. And he said, take your time. Which, you know what, means a lot because a lot of people in this industry want to make a quick buck. And one of the things that connects us to S is that we have always been of the belief that we should take our time, build slowly, build sustainably, and we will all achieve success. So
I'm just thinking of the timeline in my head of things that we've done throughout this whole process.
It took us a year.
So we started in August of 2021. And then we were doing chats back and forth. We did meetings and we got to know Michelle.
Contract negotiations.
Then we eventually got to meet Trevor.
Yeah.
And then we started contract negotiations. And then they brought in the whole team.
Yeah.
Like they have a whole team behind them to work with us. Like they have people who are in charge of logistics marketing, advertising, education, several well established
educators.
educators.
It's very reassuring that we had the support of the whole team, because it is a very intensive line. The product line is huge, with a number of product ranges: the sensitive range, the core range, the plus range, the clarifying range, and what's new and exciting is the aesthetics range, which takes us into the medical spa market for those practitioners, for those therapists who are offering more intensive treatments. What the aesthetics range does is that it provides a before and after treatment for those are the
Those
cats.
are the cats going.
So before and after treatments for intensive services, such that you're experiencing a repairing, a strengthening of the skin barrier before you have your intensive treatment, and then a repairing afterwards. So
Yeah,
that
it helps you go through that healing process quicker.
just faster with less inflammation. The inflammatory process is vital for the success of some of these intensive treatments, but we want to make sure that it goes as smoothly as possible. So where are we now? Where are we now with this brand? What are we doing moving forward in terms of
I
working
think we
with...
missed one of our important, very important timelines.
What's that?
October.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. 2022. Big day.
Because then we had a whole warehouse full of product, and we were busy working every other aspect of our business, and we really didn't know what to do, did we?
We had a hole in our team that we didn't know we were missing until on the day of our warehouse sale in October, first Monday after Thanksgiving. So the one this year.
Look at who's laughing at us.
Stephanie is laughing. She's in the chat. Stephanie, yes, we're talking about you. On the first Monday after Thanksgiving last year, you walked into our tent of our warehouse sale and said, I didn't know you were here. And we said, we didn't know you were here either. Turns out she's our neighbor, a country neighbor, because neighbors are defined a little differently.
Yeah, because a neighbor is 15 minutes away or half an hour away.
But we had no idea that Stephanie was who we needed to meet, and it's been a year now we've been working with her, and we're immensely grateful that we have an educator of her caliber to ask the hard questions and to explain things to us about around skin microbiome. So what we're here today, and we have been talking a long time because that's what Will and I do. But what we want to just mention briefly is the business part of it, because the products are one aspect of the S brand. But we want to talk about why a business would want to work with us.
Well, with us, and why would they like to choose S as their main brand? Hopefully,
I think so.
I think they would once they see the benefits.
So the first thing is Stephanie's deal. Stephanie's deal is education. That's why you want to partner with us and with S, because you're guaranteed.
Well, when we went for the trainer in Amsterdam, the person who was asking the most questions was Stephanie.
And the hardest questions.
She didn't stump them,
no,
but they did look a little amazed with the complexity of her questions.
Really great questions. So you can always count on education in person. We have a fall schedule of in-person education. We have a schedule of virtual education that is including our YouTube lives. We have a LinkedIn live stream coming up on September 28th, and we'll have that on our website, on our Learning Center.
How do they find that?
You'll find that on our website, on our Learning Center. And there's a few other business things that we can offer. Marketing program that has some amazing advantages behind it too. What are those?
Well, some of the marketing program is that we have a tester program.
So point of sale material,
testers, some in-person stuff when available, when possible,
launch participation,
things to help them succeed, basically.
Right, exactly. So
and for the most part, it's going to be a little bit customizable, I would say.
Modular almost. So we can work with our clients to help them build this brand in their space. So we've
But why microbiome?
Oh, I
What
want
were
to
we
talk
talking
about
about
the
that?
market around skin microbiome. I actually made some notes, so pardon me from zipping off the screen here. I want to talk about a couple of numbers that are really important to represent. Thank you for bringing that up to
It,
my attention.
well, that's because I'm the numbers guy, and it's like that was one of the factors for me that.
Right, you have to have the numbers there. Um, Oh, so
Oh yeah,
Stephanie
Stephanie.
wants to remind us that there is one more advantage to our marketing program, and that includes a trip to South Africa for in person education. That includes wine tastings, that includes outdoor adventures, and includes some of the most science based education
But,
available in
but
the
Trevor said he
industry.
took me up with a an adventure bike so I could go off in the desert.
Okay, Will wants to ride a motorcycle, so if you want to ride a motorcycle, you can go with Will too. Okay, let's just talk a little bit about the innovative approach of skin microbiome. So, S was the very first company in 2015 to launch a live probiotic serum, the first in the world. So, it's a very, very new market, but there's a lot of great market dynamic research around this. And I just want to talk a little bit about that. First off, we have the technology now that we didn't used to have. The Human Microbiome Project gave us the data that we needed to be able to use to create powerfully effective skincare products based on evidence. What we know about the market scope is that it is going to, well, the market in 2021 was about 700 million US dollars.
And that's worldwide, right?
That's worldwide. By 2030, they are estimating that this market will be worth $2.2 billion. So if you watch TV commercials, you're going to see plenty more brands advertising probiotic and microbiome products. But just be aware that S was the first to hit the market. And by that token, we were the first in Canada to see the potential, thanks to Michelle, who saw the potential in us as well. So to learn more about the business options and the business possibilities with S, please reach out to us in the comments and on our website, lemoore.com, and we will be glad to take the time to help you learn more at the pace that works for you, because S gave us that respect to allow us to work at our own pace, and we want to offer you the same opportunity. Thanks for joining us today, and perhaps we'll get Will back again to.
I was just about to say thanks for putting up with me because I'm not an in front of camera type of person
Yes, he
usually.
is. Yes, he totally is.